suppressed invention, the man who created free energy and vanished. In every age, there are those whose ideas challenge the very fabric of the established order. History is littered with tales of visionary inventors whose discoveries promise to alter the course of human progress, only to be silenced or suppressed. Among these legends is the story of Dr. Alistair Monroe, a pseudonym used to protect his identity, a brilliant scientist who claimed to have unlocked the secret of free energy. His invention, heralded as the ultimate solution to humanity's energy crisis, was as revolutionary as it was dangerous to powerful interests. But before his gift to the world could be fully revealed, he vanished without a trace, leaving behind a legacy shrouded in mystery, conspiracy, and unanswered questions. The quest for free energy. The concept of free energy, a limitless, sustainable source of power accessible to all, has captivated the human imagination for centuries. For many inventors, the idea has been more than just a dream. It was a solution to global inequities and environmental devastation. Throughout the early 20th century, as oil, coal, and later nuclear power dominated the energy landscape, whispers of suppressed technology began to circulate in underground circles. At the heart of these whispers was the belief that an invention existed capable of providing clean, free energy, a secret that could liberate humanity from dependency on dwindling and polluting resources. Dr. Monroe, a man with a background in advanced physics and engineering, was no stranger to these ideas. Born into a modest family with a natural aptitude for mathematics and science, he spent his formative years poring over the works of Nikola Tesla, John Searle, and other unconventional thinkers. While his contemporaries sought incremental improvements to existing technology, Monroe believed that a paradigm shift was possible, one that would shatter the boundaries of energy as we knew it. The rise of Dr. Alistair Monroe. Monroe's early career was marked by unorthodox research and a string of patents that, while innovative, never received mainstream acceptance. Working in a small laboratory on the outskirts of a bustling industrial city, he devoted countless nights to experimental setups that often produced unexpected results. His peers described him as a reclusive genius with a singular focus, to create a device that would tap into the hidden energy fields of the universe. Despite his brilliance, Monroe faced relentless skepticism from the scientific community. Many dismissed his theories as mere fantasy, a modern-day alchemy promising gold from thin air. But Monroe's persistence was unyielding. He documented every experiment meticulously, refining his approach with the rigor of a true pioneer. His breakthrough came when he stumbled upon an unusual pattern in electromagnetic oscillations while experimenting with superconducting materials. The anomaly hinted at a vast, untapped reservoir of energy that existed not in the conventional sources of matter, but in the fabric of space itself. The birth of the invention. In a series of secretive experiments that spanned several years, Monroe developed what he referred to as the Resonant Energy Converter, REC. The device was modest in appearance, a combination of carefully arranged coils, rare earth magnets, and an intricate network of superconducting wires encased in a sleek, futuristic chassis. Yet, its operation defied all known laws of conventional physics. According to Monroe's notes, the REC worked by capturing and resonating with ambient energy fluctuations. Instead of burning fossil fuels or relying on nuclear reactions, the converter was designed to harness the minute vibrations of the quantum field, a concept that, at the time, bordered on the fantastical. When activated, the device emitted a soft hum and produced a steady output of electrical energy, sufficient to power a small town. Tests conducted in the secrecy of his laboratory showed that the REC could run continuously for weeks without any external fuel source. For Monroe, the implications were staggering. Free energy would mean the end of energy poverty, the elimination of harmful emissions, and the democratization of power. His invention was not merely a technical achievement, it was a revolution in the making. In private meetings with a select group of trusted colleagues and investors, Monroe presented his findings, igniting hope and excitement among those who shared his vision of a brighter, more sustainable future. The seeds of suppression. However, as word of Monroe's breakthrough began to circulate, quietly, in hushed tones, the reaction from established powers was swift and merciless. In a world where energy equated to economic and political power, the prospect of a free energy source was nothing short of a threat. Major energy conglomerates, governments, and financial institutions had much to lose if the status quo were disrupted. Conspiracy theories started to form around Monroe's invention. Some believed that he had been approached by shadowy organizations that intended to silence him and confiscate his technology. Monroe received subtle warnings. Anonymous letters arrived at his lab, advising him to keep quiet and remember the consequences of challenging the system. There were inexplicable break-ins, missing documents, and equipment malfunctions that threatened to erase years of painstaking research. Yet, despite the growing pressure and the clear signs of opposition, Monroe pressed forward, convinced that the potential benefits of his invention outweighed the personal risks. In one particularly chilling incident, a trusted colleague reported a late-night visit from a group of men in dark suits. They spoke in guarded tones about national interests and protecting the established order. Although no concrete evidence of wrongdoing was ever found, the encounter left Monroe shaken. He began to suspect that forces beyond his understanding were at play, forces that would stop at nothing to keep his discovery under wraps. The disappearance. Then, on a cold autumn evening, the unthinkable happened. After months of mounting tension and isolation, Dr. Monroe simply vanished. His laboratory was found in a state of disarray. Research notes were scattered across desks, and the REC device was missing from its secure enclosure. There were no signs of forced entry or struggle, and no indication that Monroe had left of his own volition. In the days following his disappearance, law enforcement agencies, energy companies, and government agencies launched investigations, but no conclusive evidence ever emerged. Speculation ran rampant. Some believed that Monroe had been abducted by agents of a powerful corporation seeking to weaponize his technology. Others theorized that he had taken his invention into hiding, fearful of the repercussions if it fell into the wrong hands. A few even whispered that Monroe had orchestrated his own disappearance, leaving behind a cryptic message for posterity, a challenge to future generations to unlock the secrets of free energy. Theories and conspiracies. Over the years, numerous theories have emerged to explain Dr. Monroe's vanishing act. One of the most persistent is that he was silenced by an international coalition of energy moguls and government agencies who saw his invention as a direct threat to the global power structure. According to this theory, Monroe's REC had the potential to upend decades of profit-driven energy production, making renewable energy accessible to all and rendering traditional power systems obsolete. Another theory suggests that Monroe's disappearance was a calculated sacrifice. In his private journals, he wrote about the moral and ethical dilemmas inherent in introducing technology that could change society overnight. He feared that humanity might not be ready for the sudden abundance of energy, that such a seismic shift could lead to unforeseen social and political upheaval. Perhaps his vanishing was his final act of responsibility, a way to ensure that the technology would not be misused before its time. There are also whispers in scientific circles that Monroe left behind hidden clues, encrypted messages in his lab notebooks and scattered research documents that hint at the principles underlying the REC. Some claim that these clues point to a revolutionary theory of energy that transcends conventional physics, one that could bridge the gap between the quantum realm and everyday life. Enthusiasts and amateur researchers have spent decades poring over these documents, hoping to piece together the puzzle and perhaps recreate Monroe's lost invention. Impact on the energy debate. The legacy of Dr. Monroe's work continues to stir debate among scientists, historians, and conspiracy theorists alike. In academic circles, his disappearance is often cited as a cautionary tale, a reminder of how innovative ideas can be stifled by powerful interests. While mainstream research has largely dismissed the REC as a fringe concept, a small but dedicated community of free energy enthusiasts remains convinced of its potential. This underground movement has grown over the years, fueled by the enduring allure of limitless, clean power. Documentaries, books, and online forums discuss Monroe's theories and speculate about the true nature of the energy field he sought to harness. Some modern inventors claim to have built prototypes inspired by Monroe's work, though none have yet achieved the sustained, groundbreaking results he promised. The mystery of his invention has become a symbol of resistance against a system that many believe prioritizes profit over progress. Revisiting the science. At its core, the story of Dr. Monroe challenges our understanding of energy and physics. His REC device was built on the idea that energy exists everywhere, hidden in the subtle fluctuations of the quantum field. While conventional science relies on energy sources that require fuel or catalysts, Monroe's invention was predicated on the notion that these ambient energies could be captured and converted into usable power. Critics argue that the principles behind the REC violate established laws of thermodynamics. They point out that energy cannot be created or destroyed, only transformed. However, proponents counter that Monroe's work hinted at a more nuanced understanding of energy transfer, one that might include tapping into what he described as the cosmic reservoir. They suggest that his experiments could represent an early exploration into what modern physics now calls zero-point energy, a concept that remains at the fringes of scientific inquiry. Despite the controversy, Monroe's work has inspired a generation of researchers who believe that the current model of energy production is inherently flawed. His writings propose that the limitations imposed by fossil fuels and nuclear power are not only unsustainable but also morally indefensible. In this light, his disappearance is seen not as a failure, but as a martyrdom, a sacrifice made in the pursuit of a better, cleaner future. The disappearance's aftermath. In the wake of Dr. Monroe's disappearance, a series of events further deepened the intrigue. Several of his closest colleagues reported odd occurrences, unexplained power outages in his neighborhood, a surge in electromagnetic activity near his former laboratory, and even sightings of a solitary figure wandering the darkened streets at night, someone who bore an uncanny resemblance to Monroe himself. Investigative journalists and independent researchers began to dig deeper, unearthing obscure government documents and confidential reports that hinted at covert operations aimed at suppressing technological breakthroughs. While nothing definitive ever emerged, these leads fueled a firestorm of speculation. Some theorists suggested that Monroe's technology had been confiscated by intelligence agencies, hidden away in classified research facilities. Others believed that his disappearance was part of a larger cover-up, one designed to maintain the status quo and prevent any disruption to the global energy market. The myth of the vanished inventor has since become a touchstone for those disillusioned by the opaque nature of scientific progress in a world dominated by corporate interests and government secrecy. It raises profound questions. If such a transformative invention truly existed, why would it be silenced? And who really benefits from keeping humanity dependent on limited, polluting energy sources? Modern echoes of a lost vision. Today, the echoes of Dr. Monroe's work resonate in unexpected ways. In the age of renewable energy, as solar panels, wind turbines, and battery storage systems become more commonplace, many still wonder, what if the promise of free, limitless energy had been realized decades ago? Could the global landscape be different? A world where energy scarcity was a relic of the past, and technological innovation flourished without the constraints of resource depletion? Some modern inventors and researchers claim that they have found elements of Monroe's theories in experimental setups and anomalous energy readings recorded in remote locations. Although mainstream science remains skeptical, these findings add another layer to the enduring enigma. They serve as a reminder that sometimes the boundaries of accepted knowledge are not as rigid as they seem, and that the most radical ideas are often those that challenge the deepest held assumptions. For many, the story of Dr. Monroe is more than just a historical footnote, it is a symbol of hope and defiance. It represents the idea that even when the forces of power and profit conspire to stifle progress, the spark of genius can never be fully extinguished. His life and mysterious disappearance continue to inspire activists, engineers, and dreamers who dare to imagine a world powered by innovation rather than exploitation. Legacy and the call for disclosure. As decades pass, the call to uncover the truth behind Dr. Monroe's suppressed invention grows louder. Documentaries, podcasts, and online exposés have kept the debate alive, encouraging a new generation to revisit his research and question the narrative presented by mainstream institutions. Advocates for free energy argue that transparency in scientific research is essential for humanity's survival in an increasingly resource-strained world. There have even been calls for government agencies to declassify any documents related to Monroe's work and similar projects that might have been shelved or classified. Public interest in the mystery has led to academic conferences, independent research initiatives, and crowdfunding campaigns aimed at replicating his experiments. While skepticism remains high and many dismiss the story as mere legend or conspiracy theory, the persistent allure of a technology that could liberate mankind from its current energy dilemmas is undeniable. Personal reflections and the price of innovation. The story of Dr. Monroe is not just about technology, it's about the human cost of challenging established systems. In interviews with those who knew him, Monroe was described as a man of profound integrity and unwavering conviction, a visionary who was willing to risk everything for the promise of a better future. His disappearance, whether orchestrated by external forces or born out of his own caution, left a void in the world of scientific inquiry. For those who believe in his vision, Monroe's fate serves as a poignant reminder that history is often written by those in power. It forces us to ask, how many other transformative ideas have been buried, either by circumstance or deliberate suppression? And if such groundbreaking work can be silenced, what does that say about the systems that govern innovation and progress? In the end, Dr. Monroe's legacy is as much about the potential of human ingenuity as it is about the cost of daring to defy convention. His quest for free energy, though cloaked in mystery and tragedy, challenges us to rethink the paradigms that restrict our collective potential. It is a call to action, a reminder that the pursuit of knowledge and progress often comes with sacrifices, and that sometimes the price of innovation is measured not in dollars or patents, but in the very freedom of those who dare to dream. In conclusion, the tale of the suppressed invention and the vanished inventor remains one of the most compelling mysteries of modern history. Dr. Alistair Monroe's journey, from his humble beginnings to his groundbreaking discovery, and ultimately his inexplicable disappearance, continues to ignite the imaginations of those who seek a truth beyond the veneer of conventional wisdom. His life and work stand as a testament to the power of ideas and the lengths to which established systems will go to protect their interests. Though we may never fully uncover the fate of the man who created free energy, his story endures as a beacon for innovators, dreamers, and truth-seekers around the world. In a time when humanity grapples with climate change, resource depletion, and the urgent need for sustainable energy, the mystery of Dr. Monroe's invention serves as a provocative reminder. The answers to our greatest challenges may lie hidden in the uncharted realms of science, and sometimes the most dangerous discoveries are the ones that challenge the status quo. As you reflect on this story, consider the possibility that the spark of free energy may still flicker in the shadows, waiting for the day when the truth is finally brought into the light. The journey to unlock the secrets of the universe is far from over, and in the spirit of Dr. Monroe's relentless pursuit of knowledge, perhaps the next breakthrough is just around the corner. This narrative, spanning the visionary rise, the revolutionary invention, the dark forces of suppression, and the enduring mystery of disappearance, invites us to question everything we think we know about energy, power, and progress. In uncovering these hidden chapters of history, we not only honor the memory of those who dared to dream but also challenge ourselves to imagine a world where the limits of possibility are continually redefined. Subscribe to Decoded Reality, because sometimes the truth is too dangerous to be known.